Well, today we're going to keep it nice and brief. We're going to look through what Bitcoin has been up to in the last 12 hours, look at some of the market madness, and just get an idea of, what our plan might be moving forward. If for those of you that were here with me yesterday, we mentioned that yesterday we were looking at two exact levels for our next trade. We were looking at level number one was a long from the old demand range that we had set, and trade number two was a short from that all-time high that we've already set. But we did say, Bitcoin hasn't broken through this demand yet. It has pierced through, but it hasn't closed. And because it hasn't closed, this is still a tradable demand. And as a result, we said we do want convincing break in market structure on the 5-minute, potentially the 10-minute as well. The higher, the better. So let's see exactly what's transpired. If we use the bar replay tool, perhaps we go on a lower time frame. So we can see over here, let's go on the 5-minute. We can see that price marks down to our level. And as it marks down to our level, we're obviously looking to enter our trade. Let's see, do we have a tradable setup yet? Do we have a lower high setting up that gets broken? So if we look at our market structure on the way down, we have a high and low. Our market structure looks like this at the minute. So we cannot or will not and should not enter a trade until at least this level is broken. Okay, so let's carry on. Let's see what happens. So, price starts to come back up. And as it comes back up, that still remains the last lower high that needs to be broken. And this is on a 5-minute. If you were to enter a trade on a 5-minute, that's a pretty decent indication that that trade is going to go in your way. All right, so let's quicken this. Let's take it times 3 the speed. So what's happened so far? So what's happened is, our market structure continues down. We've printed another lower high, taking us all the way down here. So that means this has to come down. So now this is the level that needs to be broken. And as you can see, the reason why this trade, it's not the most lucrative or attractive trade is because of the risk to reward. This is a massive leg. And when you have a massive decisional leg like this, what it means is that if you were to enter a long, or let's say we entered a long here and it broke, look how deep our stop loss would have to be, just for a trade all the way back up. So in terms of the risk to reward, it's not looking very good. So look, it even goes further down. All right. So let's continue nonetheless, and let's see how we got on with this one. So again, that still remains the last lower high that needs to be broken. Now, if we got something here that looks like this, if perhaps we came low, took out this low, and then reacted up, that would be even better, because then we could have moved our breaking point down there. But we did not actually get that. So let's see what we did get. We start to rally up. We're rallying up to see, do we have a tradable play? We rally up, and price kind of hangs around in that region for quite some time. A lot of people are thinking it's probably going to have a second test of that low before it goes up to take that liquidity over there. But price ranges in this region for quite some time, and then ultimately price decides, it's time to go up. And let's see, did we get a decent trade off of that? So far now, what we can see here is that we do have our break. Okay, we have our break, and after our break, we got the tiniest retracement on the 5-minute. The tiniest retracement. So if you were to enter this trade, the best place to enter this trade would have been right around there. Okay, to write that up. As I say, it did follow our setup. We did get our confirmation, but again, not the best trade as far as risk to reward goes. Of course, the trade worked out in the end, and it rallied up, and it continued rallying up, and it's still at that region, at the moment. So let's get rid of this, and let's see where we are now. I believe we're around here. Okay, super. So now, what's next? Obviously, we've set this high. I'm going to get rid of this so we can see clearly what's going on. We've broken out of this level. We've broken out of our old range, you know. Now, what I am looking for next is to see, okay, why is Bitcoin stopping here? Why is it reacting at this level? Well, that's quite clear. The chances are there is probably some sort of supply at this level. If we look to the left, there is probably some sort of supply at this level. And if there isn't a supply at this level, there is some sort of key level, be it a POC within that region. So you've got your value area low, your value area high, and the POC might be bang in the middle there. So let's have a quick look to see, whether we have supply over there, and the chances are we probably do. So if I just move that over here, let's see if let's see, look, on the 5 minute, we've got at least a 5 minute supply that we can clearly see here. If we drag that along, that may well be why we're distributing over there. So if we play that now, to see exactly where we got a reaction from, let's see if it was that zone. So we won't be needing this anymore. Extend this across. Well, there you go. So what you can see here is that supply seems to be working. We are in this distribution now, and we are in this mini range that we can see as of now. So what is Bitcoin looking to do here? Now, the only other position in which we can look for a short is again from these all-time highs. So what we need to do at this point is we need to extend our range, because this is no longer our range. This range is done. We've got a range high over there, and we've got a range low all the way down here. So this becomes our range low. That gives us a decent, if we were to measure that gives us a decent, wow. Let's do that over here. So that gives us a $10,000 move, which is huge for Bitcoin. So this is a very, 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 very juicy range, and it's one that every trader, I'm sure, is watching. But what are we looking for at this range? As price marks up, if it continues to go up, we're looking for price to take out that liquidity, take out that prior high, all right, and then break structure, and we'll be looking to chase that down. That's exactly that trade over here. So I'm not going to go over that again. If you want more detail about that, watch the previous video. So that would be probably the most interesting trade I'm currently looking for now. Of course, we're getting a nice distribution over here. Actually, I would have preferred for this level to have wicked out or taken out that prior low before entering that trade, but it could work nonetheless. We could be looking to come down to test those lows that we set yesterday. So we could be looking for a play like this first before we go up, or we could simply be on the way down as a result. All right. Now, all is not bearish. There is a case where we continue to mark up. If this distribution turns to a reaccumulation and burst through the all-time high, that is also a possibility. So that's something we all need to be watching out for. So as for our next trade, we're going to put our alerts over there. We're going to put our POI, which is a short, at that level. I want to know what price does as it comes to that level. And if I'm to enter that trade, that's another one of those ones where you may want to hold it to see how far down can we take this. Is it a situation where this is the first entry, this is the second entry, and this initiates that cascade, that effect, that downturn all the way down for lower prices. But again, this is a crazy range, really good range to be trading. So I encourage all of you to keep your eye out for this one. Okay, all right, now that's it as far as our local trades go. In terms of the global scale, we are still where we were a few days ago, in the sense that we've had the all-time high, we've wicked the all-time high, we haven't broken the all-time high yet, we haven't closed above the all-time high, and as I've said for quite some time now, in the case that we don't break and we wick it, we're looking to rotate all the way down here, which is a crazy thought. We're looking to rotate all the way down here, and I'm sure the bulls will not be happy with that. There is the alternative play where we range here for quite some time. That takes us to around December, and then we mark up or we mark down. If you want to find out more about how that might play out, watch my post about the accumulation and the PO3 effect. Okay, so on a global scale, I'm sure millions of traders are looking to see what is Bitcoin going to do at this new all-time high level. Are we going to break it, today or tomorrow, or are we going to mark down again? Its price does still look quite bullish. If you look perhaps on a weekly, we have these bull trend bars, clear uptrends. If we look on the 3-day, clear uptrend, and if we look on a daily, similar thing, clear uptrend. We did have that daily candle, however, it's not yet a close. All right, worth saying as well, all this price action, this is juicy liquidity. And what do we know about liquidity? Liquidity gets run. So in the case that we do start to mark down, this could be a very sharp downturn. Okay, so it's worth keeping an eye out for that. Now that's it as far as my, the trades and the levels I'm looking at the moment. Of course, I just wanted to let you guys know as well that I am doing a giveaway for an actual trade journal that I use myself, and that trade journal looks like this. It's just an excellent tool for you to plan your trades, track your progress, and also track sort of your thinking patterns as you trade. So how does it work? Well, as you place your trade and as you read your P&Ls, you mark your profitable days. This sheet calculates it for you, and it transfers it into what I call a MEC, a monthly equity curve, that shows you your progress with time. In the case you have winning trades, well, you write down what you've done well. What have you done well? Have you stuck to your confirmations? Have you not hesitated? And in the case you're doing not so well, perhaps you have a red day, you mark exactly why are you getting into those losing trades. Trading is all about, repetition, and the best way to improve as a trader is to do it iteratively, so to tweak your mistakes as you go along until you get to the point where you are consistently profitable. Okay, well, there you have it. That's the Bitcoin update for today. If you found this useful, if you found this educational, don't forget to hit that follow, and I will see you tomorrow.